Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. Bold in the beautiful spoilers, Brooke lashes out, won't stay in her lane. The bold and the beautiful spoilers see Brooke Logan lashing out while trying to protect her daughter. Hope Logan's problematic behavior drives her mom to cross lines and make wild accusations on B&B. Brooke Logan, Catherine Kelly Lang, goes to bat for her daughter, Hope Logan, Annika Noel, in a wild way. Her recent conduct is pretty indefensible, making her mom's blind support a bit odd. Brooke says and do wild things with both Ridge Forrester, Thorsten Kaye, and Finn, Tanner Novlin. Will anyone put a stop to her behavior that's targeting Steffy Forrester, Jacqueline Messins Wood, on B&B? Sure, it was unprofessional for Steffy to let her husband and her mom, Taylor Hayes, Rebecca Budig, stay in the room during the meeting about HFTF. But since Steffy knew she wasn't cutting it, she didn't think it was a big deal on Bold and the Beautiful. What was a big deal was how the Logan mom and daughter acted during and after the meeting. When Steffy talked numbers, Hope got personal. Ridge said it wasn't personal, just business. Carter Walton, Lawrence St. Victor, said the line was underperforming. Then Brooke gave Ridge the stink eye for considering canceling her daughter's line. The angry mom claimed it was personal since the line is part of her daughter's identity. But that's not a reason to keep a money pit open in a business. If you're not doing your job well, you'll probably get fired from any job. Everyone except the Logan women was on board with cutting the line. Brooke appealed to Ridge, but Steffy cut her off. Hope hit back, saying the co-CEO was looking for an excuse to end HFTF. But it's not an excuse, it's just not making money. Then, Bold and the Beautiful spoilers for Tuesday had Steffy pulling her rival aside. She gave her an ultimatum: stay away from Finn or the line is gone. Realistically, Hope for the future will probably end up dead anyway if things don't improve. Steffy demanded respect as her boss, a wife, and as a woman. Meanwhile, Brooke laid into Ridge with Taylor in the room. She thought her honey should take Hope's side over his daughter's. However, he didn't, and Brooke Logan got really mad at him and also at Taylor. Ridge said the line was in free fall. Brooke complained that he seemed to support Steffy cutting it. Taylor chimed in, saying it wasn't fair. Hope told Brooke about the ultimatum and her mom exploded. It's kind of bizarre that Brooke and her daughter think Steffy won't let the kiss issue go. When we see all the time on Bold and the Beautiful that Hope is clearly not over Finn and still has the hots for him. Brooke is on fire about the ultimatum, despite telling her daughter to stay away from the married man. This, coupled with Ridge's truth bomb, prompts Brooke to do something she shouldn't on B&B. On Wednesday, Bold and the Beautiful spoilers confirm Finn's stunned when Brooke shows up at his office. She says she doesn't trust Steffy and Brooke feels she's going to upend her daughter's life. Dr. Finnegan will surely tell his wife, who will probably tell Ridge. Brooke going to Finn about a business decision seems inappropriate. Granted, Steffy shouldn't have tied Hope's personal behavior to her job, but she was hitting on Finn at work, in lingerie no less. And Brooke wanted Thomas Forrester, Matthew Atkinson, fired for the fake CPS call, which was personal. So it's not unprecedented. I'm not saying Brooke is wrong for protecting Hope. And I don't agree with Steffy's ultimatum either on Bold and the Beautiful. For Brooke to go to Ridge's son-in-law seems beyond the pale. Forbid if Finn dares to tell Steffy to lighten up on her rival. I won't feel sorry for what happens to him next if he does. He promised to always put Steffy first and admitted he should have listened to her. Is Brooke wrong for going to Finn about Steffy when Hope is the one in the wrong? Or is it completely appropriate? How messy will things get with Brooke escalating the situation this way? The drama between Brooke Logan and the Forrester family never fails to ignite fireworks, and this week, Brooke's fierce determination to have her say promises to shake up everyone's lives. As tensions bubble to the surface, Brooke's inability to stay on the sidelines becomes glaringly apparent, and it isn't long before she finds herself at odds with nearly everyone in her path. With Ridge and Taylor's relationship taking a more serious turn, Brooke feels the familiar pangs of jealousy and betrayal creeping in. Although she's told herself to stay composed and respect Ridge's choices, she just can't help but feel like something isn't right. The re-emergence of Ridge and Taylor's bond brings back old wounds for Brooke, and she's convinced there's something more to the story than meets the eye. But Brooke being Brooke, she's not one to sit quietly on the sidelines. Instead, she decides to confront Ridge, urging him to reconsider his feelings and to remember the deep love they once shared. Ridge, however, is less than receptive to Brooke's pleas. In a tense showdown, he tells her that his relationship with Taylor has nothing to do with her and that she needs to let him find happiness in his own way. Ridge's words hit Brooke harder than she expected, and it's clear she feels both betrayed and angered by his dismissal. But instead of backing down, Brooke's anger only fuels her determination. To her, Ridge's relationship with Taylor is a mistake, and she's ready to do whatever it takes to prove it. Meanwhile, Taylor is well aware of Brooke's intentions, and she's not taking them lightly. Knowing how Brooke operates, Taylor decides to confront her directly. In a heated exchange, Taylor warns Brooke to respect her relationship with Ridge, but Brooke fires back, accusing Taylor of manipulating Ridge and dredging up the past just to get what she wants. The two women exchange barbs, each defending her right to be in Ridge's life. For Taylor, this is about protecting her own happiness. For Brooke, it's about standing up for what she believes to be true love. Neither woman is willing to back down, and it's clear this feud is far from over. But Brooke's meddling doesn't stop at Ridge and Taylor. Steffy, who has been trying to maintain peace between her mother and Brooke, finds herself caught in the crossfire. Brooke feels that Steffy has too much influence over Ridge's decisions and accuses her of being an obstacle in her and Ridge's relationship. Steffy, who has had enough of Brooke's interference, doesn't hesitate to stand up for herself. She reminds Brooke that Ridge is a grown man who can make his own choices, and that Brooke's refusal to step back is only causing more turmoil for everyone involved. Steffy's words sting, but they only intensify Brooke's resolve. Determined to get through to Ridge by any means necessary, Brooke goes behind everyone's back to gather information she can use to her advantage. She digs into Taylor's past, hoping to find something that could make Ridge question his rekindled relationship with her. Brooke believes that if she can expose Taylor's flaws or bring up something from her history, it might be enough to sway Ridge's feelings. However, Brooke's actions don't go unnoticed. Hope, who has always looked up to her mother, finds herself conflicted by Brooke's relentless pursuit. She confronts Brooke, urging her to let go of her vendetta against Taylor and to focus on her own life instead. Hope believes that Brooke's obsession with Ridge is clouding her judgment and damaging their family's peace. Brooke is taken aback by Hope's words, but she brushes them off, believing that Hope just doesn't understand the depth of her love for Ridge. But Brooke's fixation doesn't only alienate Hope, it also catches the attention of Eric, who's grown weary of the endless family drama. Eric decides to step in, attempting to reason with Brooke. He reminds her of the toll her actions are taking on everyone around her and pleads with her to consider the bigger picture. Eric suggests that perhaps it's time for Brooke to let go and move on for her own sake. But Brooke, stubborn as ever, insists that she's doing what she believes is right. As the week progresses, Brooke's behavior starts to backfire. The Forrester family grows increasingly frustrated with her unwillingness to respect their boundaries. Ridge, who initially felt sympathy for Brooke, begins to lose patience. He feels that her constant interference is not only affecting his relationship with Taylor, but also creating a toxic environment for everyone around them. Ridge's frustration reaches a breaking point, and he tells Brooke in no uncertain terms that her actions are pushing him further away. In a desperate bid to salvage her relationship with Ridge, Brooke makes a bold move. She stages a public confrontation with Taylor, hoping that by forcing a showdown, Ridge will see just how much she's willing to fight for him. But her plan backfires spectacularly. Instead of winning Ridge's sympathy, Brooke's behavior only solidifies his resolve to distance himself from her. By the end of the week, Brooke finds herself more isolated than ever. Her refusal to back down has driven a wedge between her and Ridge, and she's left questioning whether her actions were worth the cost. Taylor, meanwhile, feels vindicated, knowing that she and Ridge can now move forward without Brooke's interference hanging over them. For Brooke, the realization that she may have pushed Ridge away for good is a bitter pill to swallow. As Brooke grapples with the fallout of her actions, she's left with a difficult choice: continue to pursue Ridge at the risk of losing everything, or finally take a step back and let him find happiness on his own terms. But one thing is certain: Brooke Logan is not one to fade quietly into the background. While the rest of the Forrester family may hope for a moment of peace, Brooke's fiery nature and unrelenting determination make it clear that this battle is far from over. In the coming episodes, fans can expect to see Brooke struggling to accept her place in Ridge's life. Will she finally learn to respect his choices, or will her obsession with keeping him close continue to drive them further apart? With emotions running high and loyalties being tested, this is just the beginning of what promises to be an explosive chapter in the bold and the beautiful saga.